BUNIFU program for a parent out there listening who's, in a sense, maybe making that adjustment or trying to figure it out? Because I definitely have parents that are telling me they're still struggling with this. And so how does your company assist maybe a child learning that has a curriculum that they also need to follow within school, but how do you position the company to be able to assist parents, or is it a situation where you create full-time courses? Like to what level can y'all go with this?
Maurice, you want me to take that? Okay.
Yeah, you got that.
Okay. So we have worked mostly with schools and districts and organizations other than individual parents.
Okay.
And so when we're working with the school or education or district, I mean, first of all, we have to find out what the challenges are. And at the time, the challenge was just is getting everything online. It wasn't. Unfortunately, education was turned upside down, where it was shut down like within 1 week or 2 weeks. So they didn't have even sometimes the infrastructure to even put things online. So they were just the first bit was just getting the baseline of getting everything online. So we had to find out where people are. So even if a parent, it's like, where are you as far as, helping out a student? And one thing is we had to help the educator to help the parents and students to say, first of all, you may need to have them have a quiet place, and every home wasn't quiet. What are some safety things that may happen within an area? Because now you're in someone's home, where before kids are coming to school, but now you're at somebody's home and you're asking them to turn on a camera. And then you want to make sure that students children may have multiple kids at home. That means they need multiple devices. Do they have internet? So these are questions that you have to ask first before you got to hit that baseline. Where are they at? And then how can we move them to the next level? And that's what we first started with, is creating some type of structure and then offering different platforms that might be good to be able to use. And for just parents, idea for parents, sometimes even with our own son, I mean, it is challenging. This is not easy. I mean, we're working. I mean, we have a business at home, which is great, but we're also, we have the luxury of being able to be home, but we're also trying to monitor a 6-year-old, and we don't have multiple kids. And so some parents are trying to juggle their job, trying to juggle multiple kids at home, everything. And sometimes it can be frustrating. And what I like to say to parents, the first thing is, the advice is, yeah, you can put them on this and this and this, but you have to have grace for yourself. And it's okay that this is to say this is difficult and this is hard, and you have to take a break both for your child and yourself. So that's the first word of advice that I would give parents, is that give yourself grace, that this is different and this is hard. And yes, some of your kids may not be doing the work. They may be stellar, having A's, but giving them grace to move forward, because this is a different environment and they don't have that peer interaction. And then the next is just sometimes we've used YouTube videos. Somebody asked me the other day, how do I help my grandson with multiplication tables or what have you? And I said, well, have you thought about just looking at YouTube? So sometimes we just let James look at YouTube of some learning thing, some learning activity, and he's engaged in the YouTube, and then he's learning from there. And then we're reinforcing it maybe through other tactile things that he may be getting from school. But I think it's important to find what online thing that they're engaged in and what they're interested in. And, I mean, that was a long answer. And one of the things that we've done with larger organizations is we've created self-paced courses where we've designed them for the teacher to be able to have the students just engage and walk through the same content that they would do in a online face-to-face type of session to an online. So if a student need to work at their own pace, we could give them the content, but it would be a self-paced where they're going through, they're doing multiple choice questions, they're doing matching, they're watching a video, and they're engaged in music that's helping them through multiple ways of engaging in the content.